Now, the thing I think Trump is saying about a vaccine is we knew about coronavirus pretty much from the beginning of the year. At least by March, right? So that's been what? How many months ago? Right? When it's September now, right? 7 months? Yeah, that's the point, right? anyway. Why haven't we developed a vaccine by now? Don't you get that too, Mr. Biden, Mr. whoever runs the CDC? Yeah, I know. It's like you're dragging butt or ass, right? As some people would say. You're slow, I know, to come up with a vaccine, yet you see it's killing almost 200,000 people since it came out. But yet the spread of it ain't like in the movie Outbreak. So maybe that's again why President Trump didn't panic or didn't want you to panic, right? And downplayed it a little bit. Who knows? Who knows? But you can't overplay it either. That's the problem too, right? You can't make it worse than it is either. So that's the problem too, right? We're stuck in the middle anyway with what the virus is actually doing versus both what they're predicting it would do and things like that are probably not as bad still, right? Didn't last month they said it would be up to 200,000 or something by a certain time, but it's not even close to it yet still? I know. See, a prediction by a man, no matter who that man is guessing, in other words, right? What will happen? No. And if you're wrong, you guessed wrong. If you're right, you guessed right. If you're right and wrong, you guessed 50-50. Right? That's all you can do, right? Some of it happened, some of it didn't, right? That's what we mean. That's what I mean. If you're using your head and thinking about everything that's going on in the world today. But like I said, I'm not saying Peter denied Jesus is the Messiah. I'm saying there's certain things about Jesus he wasn't comfortable in dealing with and didn't know how to tell you, right? Which I would understand that back then. Their way of gaining the information is different than now. But the thing is, we all know about hermaphrodites by now. And they're the odd human being out, right? How come, again, they're more naturally born male and female, but then occasionally a hermaphrodite is born, right? There's two ways. There were hermaphrodites around Adam and Eve, or who interbreeded with human beings, but where did they come from? Heaven, heaven. That's what the Bible suggests. The sons of God, or the angels in the New Testament, right? Both Peter and Jude talked about them becoming human beings and having sex with the daughters of men and taking as many wives as they wanted, right? Well, that will produce offspring, and if you're from heaven and you become human, you might have had to have been a hermaphrodite as the first image of God, right? Don't that make more sense? But once you're in the reproductive image, you produce male and female children, right? You understand? There's the image of God, and then the reproductive image of God, which is the two from the one, right? Well, the only way you can remove a woman, bone, and flesh from the man is if she's 50-50 represented in the first human being, who would then be neither male nor female. Ever heard that reference to Jesus before? Sure, you have. You have But it's not Peter denying it, it's Constantine. No, it is. When everyone had done passed away, who could say saw Jesus directly, right? So by 325 AD, Constantine at the Council of Nicaea done changed everything, right? He denied Gnosticism and chose Orthodox way of viewing things, right? Well, see, then he's playing emperor over the church and not necessarily Christian. No. Because to him, there was very little proof that Jesus was androgynous, so he let that go. And made him thrice smell. Mm-hmm. That's where the doctrine of the Trinity comes from. No. The Council of Nicaea, right? Well, that's what I learned by going out to Pastor Davis's church. Anyway, but trust me, he was doing that to confuse his congregation, not so they could know more about Jesus. Though he is pointing out his form is that of a man. But he's not reading the Old Testament either. He's only mainly teaching you from the New what he wants to teach you from the New. And mainly it's about the rules with him, doing the works of God, right? But if he's jerking off with his congregation, he's kind of doing something a little fishy there, right? Enough that he's not telling nobody but the people he wants to involve in it. You see what I mean, right? When you do that, you're being fishy. And you're hiding something. And that's why when you watch SVU, the main problem is talking about it and getting people to believe you anyway. I know that something like that's going on. Because most people are taught not to talk about sex stuff. That's why I talk about normal sex with a woman. I don't know nothing about gay sex, so you gotta figure that out for yourself if you're gay, but I'm sure whatever you're doing there, that's between you and the Lord, right? I don't get into your sex life if you're gay, right? I don't feel gay personally, right? But I'm not judged a homosexual, right? Jesus did say that, right? Well, that's why the Christians today are so judgmental against the commandment of Christ, and that's why the homosexuals are wondering what you're up to, right? Who are you following yourself, Jesus or Satan, right? That's the point. You only have two angels, right? Mainly to deal with. The good angel on your right shoulder or the evil angel on your left shoulder. You ever never heard that? And both are trying to influence you, but you choose which one influences you. But evil triumphs when good people do nothing and don't talk about the problems they're facing today. Poe. Whole point. That's why some men don't want to talk about it, Poe. But we gotta learn to talk about it more. We gotta become a little bit more like a woman who wants to talk about these things as men don't. Right. All right.